Oh dear.
Can I tell them personally?
No, yeah. But he was a helicopter pilot in the British Army for 10 years.
Let's make it personal. I don't like to yell. Here we go.
What is your favorite dish to cook for the family?
That's a tough one.
Remember once he said, but my love, even if there's a storm happening, above the storm, the sun's always shining.
And if they say, Mama, can I have dessert? You say, if you can pick it, you can have it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Scandalous Media. It's Angela here, and this time last year, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were everywhere, trying their best to capitalize on fully embracing celebrity culture. Meghan was at it with her lifestyle show and brand, which both have underperformed, as with Love Meghan, didn't really chart nor get renewed for more seasons, while As Ever has faced a standstill decline and low website traffic. Harry, on the other hand, was really giving his all to his security court case and ramblings to the media, and he ended up also losing that battle, so there's that. As we know, this year it was back to the philanthropic world, starting out with visits to Jordan, Australia, Switzerland, and the UK, and oh yeah, Meghan's Euro summer dump. She posted this picture of her in a bikini, and people think she's cosplaying Diana again, although it is just your average black one piece. But speaking of Diana, is that Archie, Harry, and Lily bringing flowers to Diana's grave? Why yes it is, they visited the Althorp estate, aka Diana's childhood home and final resting place. So leave it to Meghan to take photos of her family appearing to go visit Diana's grave. This is why her privacy argument has fallen apart since the very beginning, and why all her whinings about not giving the British royal family or the media opportunities to photograph her and the kids back in the day for the sake of privacy was all as fake as her claiming she never googled who Prince Harry was. For Meghan's birthday, she's fully leaning into the Duchess to Instagram mom aesthetic, posting more of these bikini photos, and if you don't keep up with Meghan, it's probably like, well, it's just a bikini pic. And she's not a working royal anymore, so she can post whatever she wants, but it's the complete reversal of image that's interesting. The woman who once seemed desperate to be perceived as a serious Duchess is now using Duchess almost like a luxury lifestyle brand, which she has been doing this for the past couple of years. She also posted this video of Harry recording her as she danced around the kitchen in a paper crown and wearing a shirt that said, "It's giving Mrs." And Harry's in the background like,
Oh dear.
And it's just funny to see how much they lost the plot, because this is the same man who was like, the royal family missed an enormous opportunity with Meghan Markle, who has resorted to being an Instagram influencer rather than doing anything she and Harry said they were going to do. And it also puts her in this weird place between trying to be a relatable, cool celebrity while also maintaining the prestige that comes from that royal connection. So here she is in the kitchen in her PJs dancing, but this is also the same person who had herself announced as Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in an empty room with the Harper's Bazaar writer. I also think it's funny how desperate they both are at trying to post this candid, this is who we really are videos, and it just comes off as staged. Like Meghan is so quirky dancing in the kitchen while her loving husband records her as they make bacon. And then she posted this video of the dogs while Harry's in the back again like,
Oh dear.
It's not like anything groundbreaking is happening, but it seems like Harry was given only one line in this script. So if you're into getting to the bottom of all the shenanigans that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are up to, be sure to like and subscribe for new videos every single week, put those post notifications on so you don't miss the live chat premiere we do for every single video, and follow us on our social media. Before we go through the funniest and most embarrassing clips of Meghan Markle on MasterChef Australia and her surprise appearance at the Cookie Queen screenings, let's wrap up the latest Meghan updates. The biggest royal update came in July when Harry returned to the UK for the one-year countdown to the 2027 Invictus Games. After months of insisting they couldn't safely bring Archie and Lily back to Britain, Meghan and the kids ultimately joined Harry later in the week for a private reunion with King Charles and Queen Camilla at Highgrove. It was the King's first time seeing Archie and Lily in 4 years, and according to People magazine, the entire trip was filled with security drama, accommodation disputes, last-minute U-turns, and Meghan feeling humiliated by how everything unfolded. We were even told that Meghan always lets Harry lead when it comes to dealing with the royal family, and that there was a lot of sadness surrounding the trip, and that Harry had been hoping for this reunion for years. And this is where I have to roll my eyes, because we're once again expected to believe Harry and Meghan desperately value their privacy, while People magazine somehow knows everything. They know how Meghan felt, they know who made what decision, they know what happened behind the scenes, they even know where the family stayed and the timeline of how the reunion came together. At this point, let's stop pretending these are random leaks. Back in January, Meghan was giving exclusive interviews to People magazine while promoting Cookie Queens at Sundance, so it's not exactly a mystery which publication the Sussexes have cultivated a relationship with. The funniest part, according to People, Buckingham Palace wanted the reunion to stay completely private with no photos and no details released because they should be allowed to rekindle those family ties. Yet somehow, a week later, the public knows Meghan's emotional state, Harry's frustrations, what happened with security, where the family traveled from, and even that Archie is currently obsessed with Lego. That's an awful lot of privacy. What did you guys think about Meghan and Harry's trip to the UK and reunion with King Charles? With the royal reunion narrative firmly established, Meghan's attention quickly turned back to Hollywood, where she began promoting Cookie Queens ahead of its August release. A tough cookie to sell. Meghan made her first public appearance since the Switzerland Empty Fest at the Cookie Queen screening. Meghan and Harry serve as executive producers for the documentary, having signed on to the project much later when it has already been developed and filmed enough to premiere at Sundance. Now that's not unusual in Hollywood, as executive producers are often brought in later in the process, but in the case of Meghan and Harry, it is embarrassing because they're not able to produce anything for Netflix, which led to them being dropped and having their deal downgraded. Netflix also reportedly passed on Cookie Queens, and it took several months for Cookie Queens to even receive distribution after its Sundance premiere. So I can see why Meghan is part of the press right now, since as an executive producer, she's probably helping with the financing, marketing, and simply lending her name for promo, even though I don't know how much that'll help. The TikTok posted by the movie's distributor has less than 10 likes and 400 views, even though it features the Duchess of Sussex, who was, far too popular for the royal family, who was also so jealous of her. This is why she has to name drop Harry and the royal family by bringing up his military days.
But funny enough, I was thinking about something my husband told me ages ago, because we all go through experiences and life is full of surprises.
You're probably wondering, how could she tie this back to him and the British Army, right? Well, as we'll see later on in this video, she'll find any way to get a few more speaking credits.
But he was a helicopter pilot in the British Army for 10 years.
Many people found what she said offensive because it was not true. Harry served in the army for 10 years, but didn't qualify as an Apache pilot until 2011, and he ended up transitioning out of operational flying in January 2014 to take a staff desk job at HQ London District. Not to mention his infamous off-duty behavior that plagued his time in the army, such as his heavy partying, drinking, the infamous Las Vegas incident, and wearing the Nazi costume, of course. Or the fact that 10 years later, he still doesn't show much decorum when discussing his military service, instead boasting about his kill count in Spare and describing those he killed as chess pieces. But let's listen to what else she has to add, shall we?
And sometimes on really hard days, remember once he said, "Yeah, but my love, even if there's a storm happening, above the storm, the sun's always shining."
Harry be like, "My love, did you know that the sun is in the sky?" All jokes aside, I get what Meghan's saying, having perspective is important, and yes, things usually do get easier with time. I just don't understand why every answer has to take the scenic route. But then again, I'm not surprised. At this point, I'm practically immune to Meghan's word salad. At Sundance, both Meghan and the director Alyssa spoke about Cookie Queens, and notice the difference in how each of them talks about the film. Alyssa discusses specific elements of the documentary, its subjects, its themes, and the story she wanted to tell.
And I see myself reflected in all of these girls so much, both their ambition and their drive, and also their questioning around identity and the way the world perceives girls and women, and grappling with that.
Meghan, on the other hand, mainly describes it as inspiring. Twice.
They're so inspiring. You'll see when you watch. And I think for me, from the viewpoint as a mother, I find it really inspiring.
But that wasn't the only thing that stood out. Instead of explaining what drew her to this documentary or what she contributed as an executive producer, Meghan quickly pivots into talking about Sundance itself, independent filmmaking, and the importance of that community. Those are nice sentiments, but they don't really answer the question of why she wanted to be involved with Cookie Queen specifically, and it almost feels as though the focus shifts away from the documentary and toward the prestige of simply being at Sundance. Given that Cookie Queens ultimately landed with roadside attractions rather than Netflix, who downgraded Harry and Meghan's original deal to a first look deal, it felt like Meghan's repeated emphasis on independent filmmaking was her being defensive as usual. basically saying, well, I'm at Sundance even though Netflix just downgraded me.
And I think really this film is such a perfect example of the spirit of Sundance and of independent filmmaking, how an entire team came together, how Alyssa's vision came to light, but also it's just the spirit of community, the spirit of togetherness, and the nuance and the fun and playfulness that we can find in that process too.
Even the first few seconds of the Cookie Queens trailer gives me, someone who hasn't seen anything about it, something better to come up with rather than Meghan's usual, it's inspiring, we love community. And knowing Meghan, she's dropped all community around her, and the only thing that's inspiring is her resilience to keep going despite not being good at these things. She also made another surprise appearance at the California Girl Scout camp, and I'm not one to always comment on outfits, but her choice was interesting. Meghan will preach about how she's this fashion icon, and I did like her outfits during her working royal days, but I don't know what this is. Moving on to her next appearance, MasterChef Australia. Not much of a master, but in lies. Meghan was introduced onto the show as the Duchess of Sussex, which obviously upset many people because it's again the same argument of titles being used for self-serving reasons instead of actual royal work.
Please welcome to MasterChef Australia, the Duchess of Sussex.
MasterChef Australia gave us the behind-the-scenes footage of Meghan basically getting into the zone like she's about to close out a runway at a Vogue event. She's so funny. She smooths out her skirt, purses her lips, and then bam, it's go time. Meghan Markle is here.
Meghan Markle!
I wonder if she's gonna berate them about using Markle, you know I'm Sussex now, the way she shamelessly did before.
It's so funny too that you keep saying Meghan Markle, you know I'm Sussex now.
Anyway, she walks in for her big appearance and she is beyond happy and self-pleased. You know, she can't wait to put this outfit on one off, which she did, so you can shop both her MasterChef appearance and the one visiting Bondi Beach terror survivors all in one. What a multi-talented class act. There is one bit which I'm calling the Harry surprise calls bit, which I think if Meghan had announced that she had a surprise guest who wants to call in, it would have landed better than her fake shocked and confused face when a crew member hands her the phone with Harry on it.
We've had a phone call to studio.
Meghan gets into character right away, and oh, look at that, the video call is already being recorded.
Hi, my love. Hi. My husband's here.
Harry's introduced to the judges, and then he's like,
what's going on? Have I interrupted something important?
Well, we are actually in the middle of tasting all of the dishes. We have
like, girl, we know it's staged. Why is everyone pretending to be gagged? If it wasn't, then why does the crew member have your phone already unlocked with Harry on the line and the call being recorded? And if it's not your phone, you're really trying to tell me that Harry called the studio to talk to Meghan while filming? The way they are trying to force this happy couple narrative while doing it in the most contrived and staged way ever is just laughable. The contestants are just standing there probably confused as to why this cooking show is slowly rebranding into a Meghan show.
We have 4 incredible cooks here. Yeah, Aaron's here.
You guys couldn't have had this conversation at home? You could tell they're trying to have some cute couple moments and hope it goes viral and lands with everyone.
I wish you could try this. These dishes are fantastic.
I see.
Yes. Yeah. Can you see it okay?
But it just lands flat. I fear that Harry and Meghan don't know that they're not and haven't been the power couple that everyone can't wait to catch a crumb from them in a very long time. Like, you are not Tom Holland and Zendaya about to show us the behind the scenes of their wedding. The demand is just not there, I'm sorry. Your best bet is to stop faking spontaneous things in hopes that it'll add some sort of authenticity to your brand and relationship. And the reason why people can't get behind Meghan's gig of trying her hardest to convince you that she's some groundbreaking chef who you need to learn from is because Netflix gave her a platform to show off her skills and there was nothing to show off. Whether it was the way she was trying to get lemon zest, or the way she was chopping onions on more than one occasion. It was clear that she is someone uncomfortable with a knife and not like chopping onions, and cooking comes as second nature to her. Like I said in the Problem with Meghan video, she is coming off like Kendall Jenner cutting cucumbers, but only one of them is trying their best to sell us this master persona. So of course, with Meghan's history and lack of credentials, when she came on as a guest judge for MasterChef, people were like, what on earth is she doing here? Fair question, right? Because would you bring someone who doesn't necessarily have the greatest vocals to come on and critique a singing competition? That's how I felt when they brought Taylor Swift on The Voice in 2014.
So what I would love to hear is you go, you make me glow. Okay.
So Meghan comes on the show and proceeds to yap about herself and make the conversation about her, as expected. I mean, anyone who thought inviting Meghan Markle somewhere would not be getting a history lesson on her upbringing, well, that's just foolish on your behalf, and you could even ask about what she did to the One Young World charity for years, but I digress. She goes on this rant about her upbringing.
I grew up in California, and so, as you know, we have incredible produce.
And sorry, but just the pained smile on all these people's faces while she starts the Me Show explains it all. They look like they're being held hostage, but our dear Meg is resilient. She'll hold anyone hostage if that means she can yap about herself.
Started to really love farm to table at an early age. My mom's an incredible cook, and I grew up watching so many cooking shows.
Even the contestants are like, that's great, lady, but why are you telling us this? However, I think the better question is, did Meghan grow up on a farm-to-table lifestyle, or was she a latchkey kid who ate a lot of fast food?
Did you used to do this with your mom growing up, or is this something you kind of picked up on your own later?
I was a latchkey kid. So I grew up with a lot of fast food and also a lot of TV tray dinners. It feels like such a different time, but that was so normal with the microwavable kids' meals that had compartmentalized.
Because on With Love Meghan, she emphasizes to Mindy Kaling that she basically had this humble upbringing and was eating a lot of Taco Bell.
I grew up with that, watching Jeopardy, and having a lot of fast food. Eat a lot of Pollo Loco.
Always been a fan?
Taco Bell extra hot sauce on the Mexican pizza.
Yes.
But on MasterChef, she claims that her farm-to-table type of upbringing was how she taught herself how to cook.
So I taught myself how to cook.
Mind you, she is always switching between this narrative of, I grew up with my mom who loved to cook, to, I couldn't afford food as a child, so we had $5 Sizzler salads for dinner. Even her half-brother had to call her out, saying, that's just another one of the malarkey stories she sold to the royal family for sympathy. We weren't poor, she didn't have to rub 2 nickels together at Sizzler's salad bar. And she always conveniently leaves out that around the age of 9 to 18, she lived full-time with her dad, who also put her through college. But of course she's not going to tell you that because it would discredit her story that her dad is this evil guy that she has a right to cut out of her life. On the show, she tells this story about how she makes the kids go foraging for dessert after dinner.
The kids jump in a lot, especially with the garden. I think it's it's such a nice luxury to be able to have so much space and things to cook. And if they say, Mama, can I have dessert? You say, if you can pick it, you can have it.
I can imagine the kids wandering around the garden in the dark picking Brussels sprouts and being like, Mama, can I have raspberry jam with this? Like, she is so unserious. And even the host, Sophia Levin, jokingly trolls her saying,
You can't pick chocolate.
No, you can't pick chocolate, which is great.
Which sends Meghan into this little ramble where she's talking so fast and quickly brings up Harry to add credibility to her statement.
They can go pick a nice piece of fruit or whatnot, but no, we always have a nice, as my husband would say, pud after dinner.
Take a breath, Meg. You need to calm down. Insufferable and awkward moments. By the end of the episode, the entire cast, from the judges panel to the contestants to the onlookers, looked genuinely drained by Meghan's energy. Take a look at this scene. Meghan was meant to shout 30 minutes left and instead insisted that she would go up to all the contestants to tell them personally.
All right, it's time for a 30-minute time call.
Fun.
I think you should do it.
Can I?
I think you should.
Can I tell them personally?
Oh,
No,
is that
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Let's make it personal. I don't like to yell.
I'm sorry, but she genuinely cracks me up. Look at Poe's face here. Like, she was so over it, she looks annoyed, and I don't know which one of the judges says this, but you can hear one of them saying, oh, okay.
Can I tell them personally?
Oh, is that
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
And I think the most insufferable part was actually this.
Let's make it personal. I don't like to yell. Here we go.
Girl, oh my god. I think this is one of those main things that grinds my teeth with Meghan. It's this forced desperation of trying to be this angelic princess who, poor little Meghan, she can't even find it in her bones to just simply yell at how much time is left because that's how soft and saintly she is. It's so contrived and fake, and the complete opposite of the reputable reports we've heard about her throughout the years of how horrible she treats people, her own staff, and her own family. This is the same person who was nicknamed Duchess Difficult and was called out by Hollywood media royalty as being a dictator in high heels who has reduced grown men to tears. I mean, if this was a Love Island contestant who was a man-eater and is making these boys cry on the show, fine, I get it, it makes for good drama. But in the case of Meghan, it's not in this baddie man-eater head be in charge vibe, it's genuine HR reports of her being a bully. It's genuine staff going to therapy over the toxic workplace environment that she ran. It's real life. And even without all those accusations that I can't fully get into because I don't have 3 hours, she's just flat out annoying. Maybe this is a personal problem of mine because as someone who covers all these celebrities, says, "I hate this overly nice act." Like, girl, you're a problem, just own it. I've seen this with Selena Gomez with her fake "paparazzi is scaring me" voice.
Do you guys mind if I just have the rest of the day? Because you're kind of scaring me.
Or Ariana Grande when she used to cosplay as a 1940s housewife who doesn't know what sex is, only for the mask to eventually slip. It's fake and it's annoying, but what do you guys think? Anyway, going back to the 30-minute showdown, she proceeds to go up to every contestant and take away from the precious time they have left to finish so she could softly announce the time left.
Vinny,
Yes.
30-minute time call.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you personally.
Okay.
At first, Vinny is confused, but then he laughs it off, and Meghan, oh Meghan, she is thriving because she figured out a way to have the spotlight on her on a cooking show. Just look how happy she is.
That's great. I love that.
I gotta keep my pace up. Casper,
Hello.
this is your 30-minute time call.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
She walks over to every contestant as if she wants to throw them off guard and have them wonder, "Oh, by what grace hath a wretched peasant such as I been bestowed the honor of being addressed by the Duchess Meghan?"
Aaron,
Hey.
you've got 30 minutes left.
Yes.
Just letting you know personally.
I notice how she repeats the "just letting you know personally" phrase to every single contestant.
Last but not least, Petro,
Hello.
just letting you know it's your 30-minute time call.
Okay.
And oh, the way she's staring him down here, the best way I can describe it is that she wants someone to say, "Oh my god, Meg, you're so cute and quirky. I can't believe you're letting everyone know personally that they have 30 minutes left." It feels like she's waiting for an applause and admiration,
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
which she gets when she does a little twirl, and these three watching from above are like... There's one moment where Poe does the Meghan special, which is warmly putting your hand on someone's shoulder, but Meghan just turns around with such a displeased expression on her face. We've seen this before when Meghan glared at her chief of staff, Sarah Fosmo, who put her hand on Harry's back to get his attention to the people upstairs. She's probably caught off guard, but what's up with the rude "how dare you" expression? One of the most bizarre moments is when Meghan is dumbfounded by the simple question of,
Can I ask you, please, Meghan, what is your favorite dish to cook for the family?
That's a tough one.
and when she can't think of an answer, she says,
It's a tough one because I have a lot of palates to appease.
so there isn't one favorite that's loved by all of them? As someone who actually cooks almost every day, there are usually a couple of go-to dishes that my family likes despite their picky palate selection. But it's in moments like these where it once again confirms to many that, you know, she's not this hands-on mother who is constantly cooking from scratch and Nora Smithing her life through this. She says,
My husband, being from the UK, loves a lot of meat, potatoes, cream sauce. California girl, I like grilled fish, grilled meats, lots of citrus.
The contestant here is looking at her like, okay. And then she goes into another ramble about how she just likes to use natural herbs and spices.
I just like using really pure natural herbs and spices. You know, again, if you can pull fresh herbs.
She attempts to divert away from the question further again.
Do you say herbs or herbs here?
We say herbs.
You
Please
do?
keep saying herbs.
And mind you, she never answers the question. A simple creamy tomato pasta or pizza night will do, but she can't even muster up that answer. She could have also lied, which seems to come like second nature to her, but instead, she word salads her way out of this one. Classic Meghan. And if you recall, she froze up like this before when asked about her favorite Thanksgiving tradition with the kids, blabbing on about how, you know, the little ones are little, so they're all little.
Is it a holiday tradition?
Great question. Oh, we're creating now that our little ones are little and enjoying every moment of it.
Another awkward moment is when Sophia Levin kind of trolls Meghan when she tries this dish and fakes her reaction.
Very good.
The whole time she has a pained expression on, and Sophia takes her off guard when she calls her out and says,
It's a terrible poker face. Oh.
Best way to describe Meghan, a terrible poker face. Because if you've watched any of my videos on Meghan and Harry, you know that my embarrassing moments compilation comes from how Meghan is on camera. And during MasterChef, you could never tell what she was feeling because she looked like she was grossed out the entire time. People also caught on that Meghan had the same exact expression on when trying Poe's banana bread. And to be fair, it is a little awkward to be eating and talking, and on top of that you're being filmed and asked for your thoughts, but the whole point of shows like this and guest appearances is that you're bringing on the guests that make sense and don't look pained or confused the entire time. In a different segment, Meghan introduced the ingredients they'll use to center their meal around.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah. Ready.
You sure?
I'm surprised she didn't give a personal anecdote for each item, but she did manage to sneak in some more Meghan speak, relating it back to herself in the garden.
Strawberries, this one's near and dear to my heart. Mandarins, we also grow those at my house.
And here's another kid mention.
Brussels sprouts. My kids eat Brussels sprouts.
Guess I was right about the Brussels sprouts from earlier. Now who's ready for some business jargon? She proceeds to say,
there is a lot of optionality here. The hope is that you'll really hone in on one as your hero item.
And then we're right back to Meghan talking about herself.
These are all things that, for me, feel really nostalgic, and I love if there's a connection that you can find.
Meghan was also given a tour of the pantry where she spotted one of her signature items. You guessed it.
Some edible flowers.
Edible flowers.
Love that.
Signature is used loosely here because Meghan has been trying to make flower sprinkles happen, and unfortunately for her, it's not happening.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
I don't think MasterChef even cared to show the as-ever flower sprinkles.
Flower sprinkles.
If we must.
It's also bad marketing, but that's the thing with Meghan. She's all over the place, trying to do a million things at once. She missed the opportunity to showcase as ever on her lifestyle shows, since she was still rebranding from American Riviera Orchard, and all we have from her MasterChef appearance are funny moments to laugh at, like the "I just wanted to let you know, personally." Oh Meg, always the comedian. Anyway, that was really it for her MasterChef episode. What did you guys think about her appearance? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what other Meghan and Harry videos you'd like to see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe for new videos every single week. Follow us on our social media, and as always, I'll see you next time.